The end of 2024 just rounded up what a year it had been for the UFO community, right? Just UFOs and UAPs all over the place. New Year's Eve was scrambled with them. Christmas period was scrambled with them. There were things up in the sky that not even the government were willing to tell us about. And that says an awful lot. Well, no, it doesn't actually. It really doesn't, because the government won't tell us anything about anything. But here we are. That's why people like me exist, I suppose, to bring it to you guys, to dissect it in some capacity, and let's find out what it is together. But first video, I have very little context about it, to be fair. Just two videos side by side, one from 40 years ago and one from 19 hours ago, kind of demonstrating very similar behaviors. Yeah, that's all I've really got for it. Let's take a look. Obviously, this one right here is the 40 years ago. This one, 19 hours ago.
What is that? It keeps saying, take us to your leader. I don't know. Now, that's another guy I'm going to hire, whoever's responsible for that.
Now, you might remember the one on the left. Obviously, that came from a very famous, I think it's an NFL game. And, you know, the commentators saw it up in the sky before it quickly, pitched back to the show. But what it's showing is this very strange spinning, right? It's like spiraling. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like a fan just on its full blasters. But what's interesting here as well is there's obviously two here moving kind of side by side and back and forth. But with the clip on the right, we see something very similar. Obviously, we see the one here, which is very prominent, but we see another one just here going behind the tree line, and they change direction, which is bizarre. Because with the first clip, obviously, we saw one speed up and one kind of slow down, so they kind of got parallel. But with the newer clip, we see one just kind of... They both just kind of veer direction and start heading downwards towards over the top of the house, which is incredibly bizarre and peculiar behaviour for whatever the hell this might be. Now, I have literally no idea what the hell this could possibly be, but all I know is it's bloody weird. Moving forwards, though, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that down in the comments below. Moving forwards, let's have a look at a second possible orb video. So the day that this came out was on the 10th of December at around 10 p.m. in Iceland. It's taken with what looks to be an infrared camera. All right, as you can tell with the kind of like the warmer tones down here, cooler tones up here. But we're looking at this strange object right here. Now, I must say, it is very, very hard to make out exactly what is going on with this clip. Very little context other than the time and location. Other than that, we're just kind of looking at something up in the sky, right? And we can tell that, like, based off of the infrared being, this is, like, let's say this is like a warmer location. And bear in mind, they're in Iceland as well, so it's not exactly going to be warmer, but, you know. And up here is a bit cooler. Around the outside, it's got a yellowish kind of hue to it, which indicates almost that the outside is a lot warmer than the body on the inside. Now, you know, that could just be down to some kind of propulsion system. Obviously, that it might get hot, might get warm, might do whatever. But yeah, there's not too much to really go off of, which makes this clip particularly hard to work with. But it's interesting nonetheless, and that's why I wanted to present it to you guys, because you guys always seem to have like ideas that I always end up missing, which I absolutely love. But any thoughts and opinions, please get them down in the comments below. We're going to move on to the next clip that I have stumbled across, which is a video from December 30th, 2024 over Kingsville. Now, there's been a few sightings over Kingsville recently. I remember making a video about a week ago, and there was a particular sighting in Kingsville, again, with more drone footage. This one, though, is, again, very, very interesting. Take a look.
It's gonna go right overhead here. Hello, flyer. Just a plane, I'm sure. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna go see Mom in a sec, dude.
Okay, so this is the time-lapse footage for 2 hours. Now, obviously, this is very, very similar to what we've seen with the drone sightings over in New Jersey and stuff like this. You know, they look very, very similar, where it's almost like, well, I don't even know how to describe it. It does look like a plane from the underside, but the wings are too stubby and stuff like this. So it does look very, very similar. Obviously, we don't know where exactly abouts this guy is. I mean, he's said here that he's captured... Oh, so there was 38 planes, 30 were on plane tracker, 50 unmarked Cessnas flying overhead. Interesting, very interesting. I like that this guy's given us a little bit of context as well, so we kind of understand what exactly it is that he was seeing. Because that's the kind of stuff that sometimes gets missed, and people will be like, oh, that's a UFO, when actually they live right next door to an airport, and they've just got really high traffic in their skies because they're next to an airport. Anyway, moving forwards, let's take a look at this footage right here, which once again comes with very little with it, which is orb over Missoula MT on the 29th of December. Video of orb taken over Missoula last night. Video was taken by my mum, so sorry for the short length. Probably a logical explanation, but interesting nonetheless. Let's take a little look at this. Again, one of those clips. It is incredibly interesting, but there's nothing to really work with. You know, we can't see the ground. We can't see if there's any movement. We can't see if there's any changes in directions. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of context, so we can kind of see it's stationary for the most part. I don't know what that was that shot underneath, which was very weird. But it's just an orb in the sky. Obviously, I love video clips where we've got an orb and it's moving and it suddenly stops, changes direction and shoots off an incredibly with incredible acceleration, right? But that's not this, which is so unfortunate and absolutely sucks. But we have to work with what we're given. A lot of people will say that this is potentially Jupiter, which is very, very clear at certain places on Earth at certain times of the year. There's a good possibility that this could just be that. I can't say for certain though, as I am not there. I'm just not. So it's just a plausible theory. Moving on to the last clip I've got for you guys though. This was captured on the 28th of December around 9 p.m. in New Jersey, above Air Force Base Fort DIX. All right, DIX. For anyone who tries to get funny in the comment section saying, you said the word dicks. Here we go. Let's take a look at this together.
So where are we? What base is this by?
We're in Pemberton. We're right outside of Fort Dix right now. And there are a bunch.
Dude, there's so fucking many. What the fuck?
We're in Pemberton Township, Vincenttown.
Dude, do you see them bugging?
We're maybe 2 miles from Fort Dix.
They're bugging. They're fucking glitching out. Like,
That
let me
is
see if I could
so
zoom out so
crazy.
you could see all of them.
That is crazy.
But what's going on in New Jersey?
Dude, it's all over the fucking military base. Holy shit.
I've
Let me see if I
never
can
seen it
zoom
like
in.
that.
Like, you see it? It's just bump, 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 bump. What the fuck? That's like a mothership or some shit.
Whoa.
Like, it's like just pure darkness. You could barely even make it out.
Bro, the only reason I saw is because I was standing at the window and I was listening to my music, and I look, and I see
Like,
one
look at that.
flashing light, and I see one zoom across the sky.
You see it just flashing out? Dude, it's fucking nuts. Okay, that's insane.
I've seen one now.
Well, you see the 50 of them. They're fucking flashing back and forth. Like, do you see? What the fuck is going on? Dude, that's not how they looked when we seen the 2 we saw like a week or 2 ago. There's so fucking many. What is this, Fort Dix?
Yeah.
It's like the Fort Dix area.
Right, so I'm going to mute it there, let it play on. But what I absolutely love about this clip, right, is it's so different to anything else we've seen. We've seen so much drone footage come out of New Jersey that the term drone and New Jersey in the same sentence has become so desensitized. Like, no one cares for it anymore. But this different friggin' ball game. Have you ever seen lights like this when it comes to drones? Obviously, it's over an Air Force base, so there's a possibility that there's military testing going on and stuff like this, or there's like military drones up and about. But obviously, military drones over Air Force bases, whether it be in the US or the UK, is not anything new. This is something that we've seen on repeat over and 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 over again. And it is just becoming more and more frequent as time goes on. But I hand it over to you guys. What do you think? Do you agree with my takes on these clips? Do you disagree? Let me know why down in the comments below while you're down there. Be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. And until next time, I will speak to you later. Peace.